Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're retaking a festive trip down memory lane to a very special Christmas episode of Wheel of Fortune from December 25th, 2013. This was part of their Secret Santa week, which always adds an extra layer of excitement for both the contestants and the viewers at home. So grab your hot cocoa, get comfy, and let's relive this holiday classic together. Our contestants for this Christmas Day showdown were Terry, a mom from California, Greg, a grocery store manager from Washington, and Jennifer, a teacher from Illinois. Right from the start, you could feel the holiday cheer in the studio. The set was decked out with Christmas trees, wreaths, and twinkling lights. Even Pat and Vanna were in the festive spirit, with Pat cracking his usual holiday jokes and Vanna looking absolutely stunning in a glittery red gown. The first toss-up puzzle was under the category, "What are you doing?" The letters started popping up and Greg buzzed in almost instantly with opening presents. A perfect start for him, snagging the first $1,000 and the right to start the first round. The category for round one was same letter. Greg spun the wheel and landed on a cool $700. He called a T and found 3 of them, putting $2,100 in his bank right away. He bought an E and then an A, but his next spin unfortunately hit lose a turn. This gave Jennifer her first chance at the wheel. She started strong, calling an S for $500. Then she picked up the wild card with a D. She followed that up with a couple of vowels, an I and an O. With the board looking pretty full, she decided to solve. The puzzle was spectacular Secret Santa surprises, and Jennifer solved it, banking a nice little sum and showing she was a real contender. Next up was the first prize puzzle of the night, always a fan favorite. The category was place. Terry, who hadn't had a chance to play yet, started this round. She spun and landed on $500, calling a G, nothing there. Back to Greg it went. Greg was on a mission. He hit the express wedge. After calling a correct N, he decided to take the risk and hop on the express. This is always a nail-biting moment. He called a D, then an R, then a T. He bought an A and an I. The puzzle was starting to take shape. He then called an L and a C. With a confident smile, Greg solved a breathtaking tropical island, and for his prize, a fantastic trip to Jamaica. What a way to escape the winter cold. Greg's total was soaring after that round. Round 3 was the mystery round, and the category was before and after. Jennifer was up. She started with a few safe spins, racking up some cash with an N and a T. She landed on the mystery wedge and decided to take a risk. She called an L. There was 1 L, but she had $1,000 on the line. Would she flip it? The crowd was shouting, and she decided to go for it. She flipped the wedge. It was the $10,000. The studio erupted. What a Christmas gift. She kept her cool, bought some vowels, and then solved Santa Claus is Coming to Town Square. An amazing round for Jennifer, putting her right back in the game with a massive boost to her score. The next toss-up puzzle was for control of the next round. The category was food and drink. The letters revealed candy cane, and Terry buzzed in just in time to get on the board with $2,000. It was great to see her get some money and take control of round 4. The category was phrase. Terry started off strong, finding some T's and SS. The speed-up bell rang just as she was about to spin again. Pat gave the wheel a final spin, and the value was set at $1,600 per consonant. Terry called an H, nothing. Greg called an N and found 2, adding $3,200 to his score. Jennifer called a D, but no luck. Back to Terry. She called a G. Yes, 1G. She looked at the puzzle. I'm having a great time. She solved it, adding more to her total and finishing her game on a high note. But Greg's dominant performance in the earlier rounds meant he was our big winner heading to the bonus round. His final total before the bonus was impressive, plus that trip to Jamaica. He had his family in the audience cheering him on, and the excitement was palpable. He spun the little bonus wheel and landed on the A in Americas. Pat handed him the envelope. The final category of the night was Thing. A classic, but can be tricky. He got the standard R-S-T-L-N-E. The letters revealed were an N and an E. The puzzle was 2 words. Greg chose his additional letters C, D, M, and A. This gave him a C and 2 AS. The board now read _A, C, _AN, _AN, _. He had 10 seconds. He stared at it, thinking hard. He said backhand, backband. The clock ticked down. Final answer, Pat asked. Time was up. He couldn't get it. Pat revealed the answer. Vacuum fan. A tough one. You could see the slight disappointment, but he was still a great sport. Pat opened the envelope to see what he had missed out on, and it was the $100,000. Oh, the groans from the audience. It's always a heartbreaker. But hey, Greg still walked away with a huge amount of cash and a trip to Jamaica. Not a bad Christmas at all? Don't forget the Secret Santa part. One lucky viewer at home whose spin ID was matched with Greg's also won a trip to Jamaica. How cool is that? What a fun and festive episode. And everything we love about Wheel. Big risks, big wins, and a little bit of holiday magic. Jennifer's $10,000 mystery wedge win was a huge highlight, and Greg's dominant play made him a very deserving champion. Even though he missed out on the $100,000, he played a fantastic game. Thanks for joining me on this look back at a classic Christmas Wheel of Fortune episode. It's always a blast to revisit these moments. What was your favorite part of the episode? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss our next video.